Closed caption brought to you by Closed caption brought to you by
Rosie's Italian Grill. The Barone family would like to personally invite you to a special family wine dinner on Tuesday, March 19th at 6:30 p.m.
Good morning, good morning, good morning! Happy Saturday, everyone. Welcome into Love My 419 from the Harold Jaffe Jewelers Studios. I'm Andrew Z. Sandy Eisenberg. Nick Comives is here.
Hallelujah, you got it right.
You got it right.
We'll see if that lasts all show.
Yeah, right.
I know. I always mess your name up. I don't know why.
That's
Steve
all right.
Reamy is off this week, but Nick is hanging out.
Lolling on some beach somewhere, I'm sure.
Yes. Oh, I'm sure. You know what I did this week? I went and saw James Taylor and Bonnie Raitt at the Huntington Center. First off, the Huntington Center is an awesome venue for live music.
Right.
There really are no bad seats.
Yeah.
No,
We
but
were on-
they're very skinny.
I know. Oh,
How
God, that
many
drives
did
me
you
crazy.
have?
That I had one seat. I know. At one point, you know how when you
They're
get up, they
terrible.
pop up. I had to sit like popped up because I had people on both sides of me, and I felt bad.
Love My 419 is brought to you by Harold Jaffe Jewelers. Without them, there is no Love My 419, and without Love My 419, how would you know about all the wonderful people, places, businesses and things that make up the 419? So stop into Harold Jaffe Jewelers anytime, Monday through Saturday, and let them know how much you appreciate them for bringing you the quality television like Love My 419. They're awesome. You're awesome. Thank you for watching Love My 419.
Coming up more of the show, but first, Jeff Jaffe's here from Harold Jaffe Jewelers. Good morning, Jeff. Good morning. Good morning.
Hey, how are you?
Doing good. How are you?
I'm well, thanks.
What's going on at the jewelry store right next door?
Last
That
week,
big jewelry store.
Last week we alluded to the award that we got, but it's official this week.
Congratulations,
Thank
Best
you.
of Toledo, Best
Thank you.
Jeweler.
Yeah.
17 out of 19 years.
Pretty good. What happened to those other two?
Right?
I wonder the same thing. I think somebody cheated.
That's Sandy. She focuses on the 2 years. She's 17.
That's like
It's like
you know,
5
that's-
A's
that's
and
like
one
my father.
sliver of bad
You know,
in here.
You come home with a B+. Why didn't you get an A?
Yeah, I know.
That's right.
I know.
Yeah.
Is that what Harold told you?
Oh, my mother more than
Oh,
him.
God. I loved his father. I loved his mother, but boy, you think I'm tough?
Really?
Oh,
Mom and
yeah.
Dad were tough.
She was,
She was in charge.
Our one of a kind didn't come from our jewelry.
Honest to goodness.
Yes, actually it did.
So anyway,
It's
so what's
small.
going on over there?
Just more of the same. We're just cranking. We got a lot of really cool things we're making. Most of them are for somebody. They're commissions that we're making for people right now. But we're also building our inventory not only for the spring, but we try to work ahead for the holidays. Got some really, really cool
Oh, we can
things.
stop with the holidays already?
Well, you got to plan
never
ahead.
stop.
You gotta-
I know
every
you
day's
gotta
every
stop.
day's a
You
holiday
gotta
for
rotate.
somebody.
That's
Well, you got to
true.
rotate your stock, and you
But-
got to make sure that the stuff's going to
Yeah,
be
you
there.
got to move out the old stuff, and you got to move in the new stuff.
You got Mother's Day coming, you got graduations coming, weddings, bar
St.
mitzvahs,
Patrick's
bat
Day.
mitzvahs.
Do people buy for St. Patrick's Day?
No.
Some emeralds?
Emeralds.
We should start that.
Hey,
we should start an
We'll
emerald
have,
piece.
we'll have a
Same
green
thing.
special.
Yes.
Yeah.
I like that.
I do
Everything
too.
green.
Peridot too is green.
That's my
There it goes.
birthday.
Yeah, that's August.
My
Yeah.
granddaughter's birthday.
Yeah.
It's the best month.
So yeah, no, it's it's fun. You stop by, have a cup of coffee. We'll show you what we're doing.
That's what I love too, is that it's so inviting. Like you walk in the store, everyone's so
Yeah.
friendly. You got the chairs that you sit in, but you can't get out of over there by the coffee
Yep,
machine.
absolutely.
And the chocolates.
Absolutely.
The chocolates.
Oh,
and
yeah.
the
So,
Beautiful
but,
little
interesting you
chocolates
say
for
that.
everybody.
You know, my wife complains that from the street the store is dark because it's got that big
Love My 419 is brought to you in part by the Joe Hamill team of Key Realty. Love My 419 is brought to you in part by Rachel Michaels Gourmet Popcorn. Stop in today and tell her that you love the 419. You will receive a free mini popcorn bag, courtesy of Love My 419.
Rosie's Italian Grill. The Barone family would like to personally invite you to a special family wine dinner on Tuesday, March 19th at 6:30 p.m. Each guest will taste 5 wines selected by our owner, Phil Barone, sharing a 5-course dinner prepared by Chef Eric Kish. Seats are $100 per person, and guests are encouraged to call Rosie's today at 419-866-5007 to reserve your seat for the Barone family wine dinner. Rosie's Italian Grill, Toledo's best-kept secret. Take part in the experience.
Love My 419 is brought to you in part by The Laurels of Toledo. Embrace the Laurel Way.
Welcome back to Love My 419 from the Harold Jaffe Jewelers Studios. Andrew Z, Sandy Eisenberg, Steve Reamy. It's time for hot stuff in the 419. Well,
I wish the temperature was hot.
I know.
Oh my God.
This temperature is ridiculous. But now, supposedly, starting this weekend, I don't think we're going to see below freezing anymore. 40s,
I sure hope
40s
not,
next week.
because
50s
I
after
want
that.
to unplug my cord in the garage that keeps my water line warm. I
Yeah.
got a bill for $470
Oh, God.
from Toledo Edison.
Oh,
Wow.
I mean, I love them. They keep my lights on. But it's very expensive.
don't get me started. You know, they say if we, oh man, this is a tangent, but they say if we would privatize our utilities and anything governmental, we get better service and it would cut everything by 50% because government bureaucracy doesn't have. We're one of the last people that has gas and electric run by the government for no reason whatsoever. It shouldn't even be run by the government. Our costs would go down. It would be more efficient. Anyway, that's a side note.
On the next Love My 419.
Yeah, Rick.
Well, that's what they said in Argentina, Venezuela, Russia, Germany.
as their economies crash.
As their economies crash.
You know, you talk about the weather and influenza has hit the city.
Yes,
Everyone I
bad.
know, our whole house is flu. Like I'm just getting over it. I know it's bad. I mean, just everyone I know is sick.
Did we spray him down before
I
he
had
sat
a little
down?
of it. I fought it. I had my cold days this morning, and
It's
oh my
it's a
gosh.
stomach thing, and then it turns into a
Yeah, because my
respiratory.
stomach's been grumpy.
your stomach too.
Well,
Like
it just felt yucky.
I got number 1 coming out of my number 2 hole. That's not good.
I don't know that the public
never
needed
did.
to know that
I'm
much
just saying.
information.
Things people want to know.
Yes.
I don't think they want to know that much.
The 419 stories you need to know!
I don't know if you guys saw this week. What? It is.
Oh, when she
He
snorted,
started.
look out.
Andy.
Keep laughing like that. Number one's gonna come out your number 2.
Oh God. All right.
God,
Did you guys see?
too much information.
We are here to inform.
You'll notice our director over there hasn't cracked a smile yet.
I know. Did you guys see? He's like he's like the guys.
He's like,
that,
why am
he's
I
like
here?
The guys that guard the palace over in England. What do they call those guys?
Oh yeah.
They call them guards.
They can't make a facial expression.
Right.
That's
Yeah,
this
right.
guy behind
Poor
the camera.
baby.
Stoic.
All right, bartender assaults the waitress. Did you guys see this
I
video?
saw.
In Finley,
It's
I
in Finley.
saw that.
What a
Got-
crazy man. What's the matter with him?
What is wrong with it?
Bartender beat down. I was like,
Him and her were going at it. He comes out from whatever goes behind the bar and
And he
chokes
says,
her.
grabs her and that was
Throws
bad.
him down on the bar?
Yeah.
He was arrested, and then in the release, he's going to be in
At the
court
bar
this
where
week.
you don't want to complain about the food. For
Right.
sure.
That's right.
Coming
Jeez,
out
don't
and
kill
taking
him.
The owner's.
The pancake's fine.
I love that burger.
You said, no, it's fine. It's not medium. It's not rare.
Eat that
It's
grilled
not-
cheese.
Jeez, man.
Right.
And I guess I-75 from South Avenue to downtown for about a year and a half is going to be screwed. I know it.
I mean, there's an awful lot of people that use that ingress and
Me.
egress. You,
Yeah.
I mean, really rough.
I mean, coming back from church is going to be like ABI.
I know.
mean,
For a year and a
yeah.
half, it's going to be like that. What?
That's a hot mess.
It is a hot mess.
Well, not only
Yeah.
that, they got that hot mess, and then they got the other one at Nebraska, and where Nebraska comes into downtown on
And
that
Washington
one
Street.
on
Yeah.
Washington Street is also a mess.
I know. So, with barrel season's upon us.
Yes, it is.
All right, this is Love My 419. We'll take a break. Come back with more. Coming up next. Hang on.
Love My 419. Brought to you in part by Powell's Beauty Supply, servicing Toledo for over 30 years. Also brought to you by The Butler, Master Barber, changing lives one haircut at a time. Find him inside the Operations Barbershop, 1824 North Reynolds Road. Coming up, more Love My 419.
What does that mean?
He's run some of his old stuff when he was on here last year.
We record the stuff, Sandy. The things we do here, we tape. That allows us.
I've been here 4 years. I've been here 4 years. It seems like 40.
4 long years.
Very long.
You almost put them into that 4 years a few minutes ago.
Rosie's Italian Grill. The Barone family would like to personally invite you to a special family wine dinner on Tuesday, March 19th at 6:30 p.m. Each guest will taste 5 wines selected by our owner, Phil Barone, sharing a 5-course dinner prepared by Chef Eric Kish. Seats are $100 per person, and guests are encouraged to call Rosie's today at 419-866-5007 to reserve your seat for the Barone family wine dinner. Rosie's Italian Grill, Toledo's best-kept secret. Take part in the experience.
Welcome back to Love My 419 from the Harold Jaffe Jeweler Studios. Andrew Z, Nick Comovice. We've got Sandy.
You still can't get it right. It's 2 syllables.
I know. Nick Comovice.
Move on.
How am I this dumb? Nick Comovice in for Steve Reamy, Sandy Eisenberg, and of course being joined by John Stainbrook. This portion brought to you by Nick Comovice.
Rockstar
Karaoke Bar. Toledo's
downtown.
only live band karaoke bar.
That's
Bam!
right.
Live band karaoke.
I'm there.
Oh, dude, St. Patrick's Day weekend, it opens downtown.
I was going to be here.
Well, how about an address?
Wait, what?
Yo, how about an address?
It's next to the Huntington Center. It's right next door to the new Jed's downtown. So, I don't know the address off the top of my head.
So that'll be good.
Yeah, it'll be fun.
This is everybody here.
Wait a minute, the address is coming to me.
412 Superior?
412 Superior.
412 Superior, Sandy. Gosh.
Well,
Get off my case. All right.
Somebody's got to be.
Stain is here. It's the whole country. By the way, this is the segment where we talk about the national stories and
Say that fast.
we get them on a local. We comment them on a local level, and everyone's talking about the Michael Cohen hearings from this past week.
Of course.
I've been waiting for you.
No, just look.
What?
This happened when the Republicans were in control of Congress. They did it to Bill Clinton. And now the Democrats are in charge of Congress, so they're going to go in and do it to Donald Trump. Nothing new. It's a media circus.
Right.
But there are a lot of Republicans in the Senate that also feel the same way the Democrats feel in the Congress.
Okay, but again, nothing is really going to come of this. This is all just he said, she said, more talk.
He's got a lot of evidence, though.
Yeah, but I think.
Well, wait a minute. There's 1 second. If there's evidence, you got a guy who's testifying, who testified, lied to Congress already, illegal campaign contributions, lying to a financial institution.
Okay.
He's going to prison for 3 years. He's a convicted felon.
Hold on, John Jordan. Hold on.
Who's John Jordan?
You're acting like Jim Jordan right now. So
thank you.
John Stainbrook Jordan.
How about letting me have a point of order here?
Okay, go.
Point of order is the guy's got nothing to lose. He's going to do 3 years for sure in the joint.
Agreed.
He has absolutely nothing to lose, so why does he have to lie now?
He's writing a book, Sandy.
But
he said he's writing a book.
Why in the Republican pea brains can they not understand that the reason he was lying before, because Trump was his guy. He was protecting Trump. So now he doesn't have that tie anymore. So now he's telling the truth.
Well,
how is that hard? How can you guys
connect? The man has absolutely nothing to lose. Right. He's going to the joint.
But how can no one wants a book deal with lies. He's gonna have to be more.
First of all, he's turned over all the. He's got all the paperwork. He says he's turned it over to Mueller. I'm waiting to see Mueller's report and what all this says. And the Southern District of New York is going to take care of Donald Trump.
Nick
the feds don't.
I do. I'm like,
go ahead, Nick. Go ahead.
I guess I don't care about any book deals. I don't care about what's to come for Cohen after this. Who cares about what he gets? What matters is what the president has done. What we now have
but you
multiple.
Can't prove he did. It's not your
Absolutely. Oh, please.
And the president has credibility.
Here's credibility.
The biggest liar.
Here's
that
credibility.
Ever drew
Wait a minute.
Oh, no.
Or Trump. Give me a break. This
oh
is
my God.
All more media circus.
It's media circus, and here's the media circus. Republicans saying, I have more important things to worry about right now, like transportation. And for 2 years, when they had control of the presidency, presidency, the Senate, and the House, they did literally nothing on transportation. But all of a sudden, because now everyone's wasting their time, it's now a matter of importance.
Well,
where were they? Where did they go?
Go. You go.
You go. Yeah. One Republican. So give me a break.
I'm an independent.
So you guys take numbers. Yeah. I got it. So the situation is this. Yes, the Democrats are now doing it to the Republicans. The Republicans did it to the Democrats. When does it stop? When is it? Because who does it hurt? It hurts our seniors.
Love My 419 Sports are brought to you by the Joe Hamill team of Keys Realty.
I took the whole street corporate, taught them how to Forbes the list. Gold bottles, them gold bricks, these gold labels is frozen wrist. I used to use the alias. Now they all just wanna know the land, so I run around my city with my mind up on them poker chips. Build a couple power plants, couple $1 million spent. Sold kilowatts for like 6 cents to the government. Must be my 6 cents, grossing is my sickness. Raise that GDP, get my visa on the interest. I'm getting corporate money, my dollars turn to euros. Gold queens on me, but they got it.
Coming up, more Love My 419. First, this show brought to you in part by
Rachel Michael's Popcorn, and we're getting close to St. Patty's.
Yep.
Patty Pop.
Patty Pop.
She's got Patty Pop.
Does she really?
Really?
She does. It's like a Irish cream.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's really, really good. And you can get a free sample by mentioning Love My 419. You get a little free mini bag, and that then gets you entered in a chance to win the Big 10 of whatever you want.
Rachel Michael's Gourmet Popcorn on Monroe Street.
Yeah.
More of the show coming up.
Start saving up for March Madness.
That's right. Hang on.
Month.
Fire Cushion. Your promise. Your commitment. The most perfectly cut, most gorgeous cushion diamond in all the world. Fire Cushion. Exclusively at Harold Jaffe.
Tonight at Bunker Bar, the Shaking Shivers album release party. Don't miss it tonight and catch them tomorrow on Love My 419 Facebook Live show at 7:30 a.m. Welcome back to Love My 419 from Harold Jaffe Jewelry Studios. Andrew Z, Sandy Eisenberg, Steve Reamy, and our special guest here on the round table is Tom Pounds.
Yeah,
Tom Pounds, of course, the Toledo Free Press, the guy behind that, the Toledo Blade. You and you're best buddies with the Blocks, and it's all you guys hanging out fishing.
Great drinking buddy.
So, Tom, the reason we bring you in is we want to talk about the Toledo City Paper had their awards last night. This is the 419 Stories You Need to Know segment, and TCP, which is Toledo City Paper, had their awards. And last few years, Love My 419 has not been a part of the category of local TV show. And we were just kind of wondering, getting your perspective on being a publisher and the owner of an independent magazine, local magazine, what your thoughts are on that. Because I know every year people complain about the City Paper, and they say, well, no, it's not. Go ahead, Steve. What were you going to say?
I was going to say,
you started it online.
I did start this online because I'm like, okay, I've had enough. It's so blatant and it's so obvious.
What?
That people, certain businesses that have been nominated in, quote unquote, in the best of, no longer advertise, so now they're not nominated.
Do you have an example of that? Do you, or do you want to say, or do you not want to say?
Perfect example. We've had the guys, we've done these things with them, our friends from V Collection and V Couture.
Which is a men's store.
Men's store. They've won beautiful clothes, okay? And they have won for the last 3 years. They get bigger, business grows, all of a sudden they decline to advertise in the paper. Not a mention. Diamonds Men's Store wins best clothing.
Okay.
When's the last time you've been to Diamonds?
Well, we don't want to disparage Diamonds.
We don't.
But here's what I will say, because Tom's a newspaper guy, so he's going to be able to get to you where you have holes in your theories.
Yes.
But here's what I want to say is that if you look in the nomination process, I think that's where the flaw is.
Yes.
It may not be because someone used to work at the City Paper, and when Steve complained, he said, "Look, it's completely legit. There's no funny business in it." But people sometimes will say, "Hey, if you don't advertise, then you can't win." But here's where I think the funny business is. It's in the nomination process, because they put like four to six people in each category, and you have to choose from those. There's not even a write-in spot. So how does V Collection go from winning a couple years in a row to this year? We looked them up; they weren't even in the nomination, so they weren't even an option in the category.
Right.
And that's where I think the process is
Right.
flawed.
Right.
Go ahead, Tom.
Well, I think the way to track this, you don't have the stats, and you
right.
look back, but I'll guarantee you, if you look back a decade ago,
that the categories, and let's say there's 30 categories.
Now there's a zillion.
Now, if I go in and spend money in my trucking business, then all of a sudden there's a new category, best trucking company. And that's it does. It expands because you follow the money. I
follow the money. Yeah.
Follow the money. The key is here, and I nothing bad about them. They've been making money in this town for a long time. 15 years. They outlasted me. But their situation has never been confused with journalism, and that's the key. I mean, if you look at this, it's been a pay-for-play operation from a long, long time ago. If you look at the special sections in here, obviously this one. If you want to go to if you want to advertise in that section, the rate's like triple. So that one there is a big deal. But also during the year, look at all their niche specials they do.
It's the wedding edition,
right. And so you'll have a bunch of wedding people in there.
But the hospitality restaurant edition.
Yeah. But you can get a story written for you if you pay to play.
Right.
So. That's been the model for a long time. I think they did when the Free Press was in their heyday and the Blade. We go back and forth on big stories, algae bloom, you name it. Who's got better coverage? Riots, remember that whole thing?
Oh yeah.
And
10-year anniversary.
That's right. That's right. And we figured out how to deal with the Nazis now, so we don't. The next time they came, no problem.
Nobody showed up.
They didn't tell Charlottesville that. So separate them.
No, we just sent that kid down there and killed that.
I know, jeez.
But if you look at the way they do things, you can. They want to be included in the journalism conversation, and I've heard that before, and there's really no way to do that when you do it. This is a money-making operation.
Buy membership in the press club.
Right.
No, they consider themselves press.
But PR people get into press club. The press club is not all about press club.
Right.
It's not about journalism.
Well, and then so you look at this show. So we've been doing this now for 6 years, and maybe you're not the best show. Maybe you're not the second best show. Maybe you're not the third best show. But if you look at the category, they put the top 6 on there when you're not even in the conversation. When we were really the first ones in the space. Now they've got a couple from BCAN, which is Buckeye Cable's new arts and entertainment channel. But you got Arts Now, 419 Nash, Game Day Nation. So 4 of the 6 shows now are BCAN. And then there's one
they're all owned by Buckeye.
And then there's one from TV40, which I'm not even sure what that is. WLMB.
That's the God channel.
The God channel. Yeah. And then there's the Glass City Grind, which is even on a channel. It's what is that? So that's it. That's the only 6 that we're not even in.
Who won?
Glass City.
No. One of the BCAN shows.
Oh well,
4 to 6.
Who buys ads?
A sports show.
It's a sports show. Game Day Nation, I think it was. Game Day.
Who buys ads?
I don't know. Follow the money. Yeah.
Buckeye Cable. I mean, you can find.
Follow the money.
Follow the money.
Well,
it's pretty simple.
It's not.
My former editor was an editor there for a while, and he wanted to go out and hire. He wanted to go hire. And I won't speak, but he wanted to go out and hire like an accounting firm. Oh, we don't do that. So that's an anecdote. That's a third party, but we don't do that. Oh. And that was poo-pooed out of the
and I think that the question is, I guess you need to ask the criteria of how do you get in the top 6 to vote, and not even there should be a write-in spot. So let's say you're not going to put a V's clothing into the mix, but you should be able to add that because they are a legitimate. They put Macy's in there almost. They put Men's Warehouse. I mean, it's a local thing. I mean, those are national chains. So how
and they put in Tickner for the menswear. I didn't know that they were still in business in the mall.
Yeah, they are. So anyway, it was interesting.
There are some categories that don't have any money spent, probably.
Right.
But I would.
But if you're calling it local, then include local people.
Right. Men's Warehouse. Syndicated radio shows, television shows. What's that?
I think Men's Warehouse is one location.
Right, and the one they own across the street, Joe Banks. Yeah. They're right across the street from them, and they're both dead.
Well, they're not local. I mean,
they're not local. They're nationwide, but there's never any cars in the parking lot.
So any chance of bringing back the Toledo Free Press? Is it needed now? Is it what do you?
I don't know.
It's been a couple years.
One thing we can do and are going to do in the next couple months is get our website back up, and so people that missed it. Or want to go back and look at stories like the riots back and things and the coverage. or some of the great columns we wrote. We had a lot of people and all
sides.
A
lot of really good people writing.
We did.
Columns.
I think we had some of the best writers in town, and the best, I think, in some cases. To our own horn, we won 6 out of 10 years we were in business, the best weekly in Ohio.
Right. Well,
and to go along, journalism, Society of Professional Journalists gave us that award, so which I don't think they're members of.
No. Well, the other point is like best journalist. It's 5 people and it's all the blade. Like you don't even have any of your. That just shows that you're not a journalistic paper if you don't even have any of your writers in the category in your paper.
Anyway, we're gonna have our website up and running in a few months, just to get the history on there. I still have the website, so I own the name, so the URL, so it'll be up on there. Can we add stuff to it?
Maybe some new journalists to make some stories.
You never know.
Here and there.
You never know. But it's a nose under the tent. It's back. At least on there, and I'll write a note of some sort, welcome back, and that kind of thing, and then we'll see what happens.
Oh, of course. Toledo Free Press. Look for it to come back online. Top Hounds. Always a pleasure to see you. Not soon enough.
Yeah.
See you back
come
more
back
often.
again.
This is Top Hounds. Take a break. Come back more. Love My 419. Come back.
Love My 419 is brought to you in part by the Joe Hamill team of Key Realty.
Rosie's Italian Grill. The Barone family would like to personally invite you to a special family wine dinner on Tuesday, March 19th at 6:30 p.m.
Welcome back to Love My 419 from the Harold Jaffe Jeweler Studios. Andrew Z, Sandy Eisenberg, Steve Remy. It's time for fun in the 419. Big concert series announced this week by ProMedica, Steve.
Huge. I mean, some of the best bands around are going to be here.
They did a great job of balance. Great job of balance. There's just a bunch of different. They could have done maybe like a Tony Bennett or something, maybe a little older, but that's kind of the only maybe a 50s, 60s act they missed. Other than that, they got great balance.
So much. We're talking Toad the Wet Sprocket, all you 80s, early 90s people. Great grunge band from the 90s. OAR is going to be here. Yep. The Queen tribute band, Killer Queen, In Vogue, Martina McBride. I mean, there's something for everybody.
There really is. Shaka Khan.
Oh, let me. I'm for you.
And I love you. Shaka Khan. Let me rock you, Shaka Khan.
Oh yeah, I'm all over that.
Oh, it's gonna be a great summer downtown for sure.
Yeah. And then for some of you oldsters, Sandy, at the Hollywood Casino, Creedence Clearwater Revival Tribute. I mean, come on.
Oh, still got their posters.
So there's a lot going on in the town. She's loving it right now, right?
Get your motor running. Head on the highway. All right. That is fun in the 419.
Where is the highway? I'm getting on it.
It's blocked by construction.
No kidding.
All right. Take a break. More Love by 419 coming up next. Hang on.
Closed caption brought to you by
Rosie's Italian Grill. The Barone family would like to personally invite you to a special family wine dinner on Tuesday, March 19th at 6:30 p.m.
Welcome back to Love My
for himself this past week. And he has absolutely nothing to lose. He's going on the slammer. He's going to jail. What difference does it make? He doesn't care. He doesn't have to lie anymore for
taking
that
all
jerk
these
in
death
the White
threats.
House.
Absolutely.
And the jerk in the White House ought to be doing time too.
All right, there's your final thought.
Not soon enough.
My final thought is we didn't get a chance to get to Love My 419 Sports because the show ran long today. But so sorry to Andre Savage, our sports director. But I do want to say congratulations to Zia Cook, our very own.
Yeah.